Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the Flash film, because we actually got a decent amount of stuff that decided to drop over the past, I don't know, 24, 48 hours roughly. Yeah, we'll say that. So the first thing I do want to say is that, of course, we do have, like, I'm just looking at the calendar on my clock there. We got about just over a month until the movie comes out. So about, I want to say 5 weeks, just under 5 weeks, I think. Let's just say my math is mathing. But though I can't tell you the specific day, I don't think, as of yet, though it's very close, I will actually be able to see the film early. Now, I don't know specifically when I can talk about it. I don't know if it's a complete, like, out of the cinema, hello, I saw the movie, stuff like that. I'm not too sure, but I will be able to give you some sort of early impressions before, you know, sorry, after it, obviously not before it, but obviously before it's officially out. But I don't know what the situation is in regards to what version of the film it is and everything like that. That's a wait and see. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled onto the channel and also on, like, my Instagram if you want to go follow me over there, because that's where I think I'll be able to post my first thing, but I'll also touch upon on the channel and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd mention that before we get into the rest of this video. But the main reason I wanted to talk about this before is, like, just so I can give some sort of thoughts and theories and, you know, expectations before I actually get to see the thing, you know, because as soon as I see it, you know, all, you know, alluding to things is out of the gate because I might know what happens and stuff like that. But we did get a couple of different TV spots and internet promos, whichever way you want to put it, as well as some information about the film, which was still a bit, like, blurry and a bit of a gray area. We weren't too sure exactly what was what, but apparently all this stuff has been confirmed for, like, at this point now. So yeah, we can finally talk about it. So the first thing to talk about is a TV spot that hasn't been, like, released officially online. It's just someone, I guess, recording their TV, but it reveals something that I was super curious about. As a Flash fan, I'm like, one, are they going to do it? Two, it looked like they were going to do it based off the first trailer, but there was no straight up sign of it. And three, what would it look like? And that is the Flash ring. So the Flash ring, the Flash ring, sorry, we knew was in the movie. And it, like, opened up. We saw it in, like, the first trailer, sort of, like, opened up like a elevator door, almost like a sliding door thing. But we weren't too sure exactly how it worked. It looked very techy, so we weren't too sure if it, like, opened and then, like, materialized on Barry's body, or it was actually like the comics. And we got a TV spot which showed it, so you can see it on screen right now, the little gif of it playing. But it's not actually our Barry doing it. It is actually the younger Barry. So at this point in the film, the younger Barry has gotten speed and is being taught how to use the Flash ring. It looks like you actually have to, like, tap into the Speed Force or, like, use your lightning to actually activate the ring, which I think is really cool. But there's little things, like, if you zoom in, you can actually see there's a spring that pops up. There's a spring that goes boop, and it the weird noise, but boop, and it shoots the Flash suit up, and you can see it. It's very comic. It looks like the comics. It looks very much like the comics, and it expands and everything like that. I'm not too sure if we're going to get, like, the specifications in regards to the science behind it. I'm assuming that Alfred's probably going to have made it for him, because I don't know if Barry would have made it on his own. So it's probably some Wayne tech from Ben Affleck's Batman with Alfred making it. That's what I would assume at the very least, but we'll wait and see in the actual film, obviously. But as you can see, we have that, like, our Barry, the older Barry, the main Barry, telling the younger Barry, like, hey, you gotta shoot something in the air, just don't stare at it. You gotta actually jump into it and stuff like that. But of course, it flops on the ground in a pretty comedic way. Now, the big thing with this is that if you know the Flashpoint story from either the comics or the animated film, you might be like, there's a scene like that in the comic and the animated film, but it's a bit different. It's got a bit of a different color scheme. And that's because, of course, in the comic and animated film, it's Reverse Flash's suit that pops out of the ring. Now, I have seen people very disappointed about this, like, oh, why isn't the Reverse Flash suit and everything like that? Why is that not showing up? But to me, this makes much more sense that it would just be the Flash suit, because at this point, we're led to believe at the very least that this Barry, the main Ezra Miller Barry, not only has no idea who Eobard is, but has no idea who Reverse Flash is either. Now, there is this other rival yellow speedster out there that's vengeful and hates Barry. Like, he has no idea that person exists. There might be suggestions of it because we know we're dealing with Nora Allen's death, but there's nothing that necessarily suggests that Barry has encountered Eobard before or would have any sort of, like, you know, resonance with the yellow suit popping out. So to me, it makes much more sense. It's a bit of an Easter egg to the comics, but fitting in with the story that's going on with the movie. So I'm fine with it. But I can understand, because I think it just plays into the frustration around there not being Reverse Flash in this movie, or at least evidently, like, from what we're seeing, nothing sort of pointing to Reverse Flash or Eobard being in this film. So I think that's where the frustration lies, not with this specific scene, because I think it actually is pretty fun. But in regards to this TV spot that came out, there's only one other like decently new shot, and it's just like another angle of Barry arriving at the hospital scene that looks like it's going to be towards the beginning of the movie. It's just like him sliding in, or I think it's like it looks like it's the hospital scene. There's like ground crumbling in the background. So yeah, that's it from this other TV spot, or this first TV spot thing that we're going to go over. So yeah, nothing else outside the flash ring thing. The flash ring thing was really cool, so I thought it was definitely worth talking about. And the other thing that was released like video-wise online was actually on the Flash Twitter account, like the movie's Twitter account, only this morning. So it only came out about an hour before I'm making this video. And that was just another sort of like, I think it was like just an advertisement for it. I didn't think it was a buy your tickets now sort of thing. I know, can you buy your tickets for the Flash movie? Let me know, because in Australia it's weird. No one buys their tickets that far in advance. But I know in like America, you have to do it because theaters get full. So I don't know, are tickets available? They might be, I'm not too sure. But it was just like an internet advertisement showing some new shots. And there's only one of note that I think we haven't seen elsewhere. And that was the two Barrys here, as you can see, standing next to each other, you know, charging up, and then they're going to bolt off and stuff like that. Which yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm very excited to see how they work together in a fight, the two Barrys working together. But that wasn't the only thing, like promo-wise or content-wise, I guess you could say, in regards to stuff from the movie that was released. It wasn't just videos. We actually did get a photo, which was another look at Ezra Miller in the Flash suit. Now, as you can see here, this looks like it's something from set. It's actually not a screenshot from the film, because this looks like even like the Flash suit, like the emblem is lighting up and everything like that. This looks like it's just like a set photo, pretty much. Like one of the photographers there took this photo and stuff like that. And this has been my thing. I think the suit, when it looks like this, looks really good. I really like it. Obviously the cowl is still an issue, but I think that's just always going to be an issue when you know, if it's not going to be like the form-fitting one, it's always going to look a bit weird. But this looks really cool in my opinion. I really like this. It's when it starts to get like all the lines and stuff. And I wouldn't mind some lines, but it gets like, I don't know, it turns into like a glowing Spider-Man pretty much, like when he gets all the lines and stuff, which I have a bit of an issue with. But I understand like the whole Speed Force thing going through him at the same time. So I sort of vibe with it, but don't vibe with it at the same time. But yeah, in this photo, it looks like he's in Michael Keaton's Batcave, because in the top left there, you can see a bat suit, and it looks like Michael Keaton's bat suit. So yeah, I don't know if this is like the moment when he encounters Michael Keaton putting on the bat suit for the first time. Not too sure. You know, when they're walking, there's another shot, which I'll probably play on screen right now, and they look up. I'm not too sure if it's that type of scene or if it's a different part of the movie, but yeah, I do like this. As you can see, it's come from Entertainment Weekly and their summer preview. So yeah, I think it looks cool. Just the lines are a bit weird sometimes when it comes to this suit. And the final thing to go over in this video in regards to the Flash film, which was something that we knew like a rough time for this film in regards to how long it ran, like you know, in regards to the run time for the film. We knew roughly it was about 2.5. It was about 2.5. You know, with maybe like 10 minutes off either way. Maybe add 10 minutes, take off 10 minutes, something like that. Now, apparently the final runtime for the Flash film is 2 hours and 24 minutes, but I'd assume this includes credits, because usually it does. Maybe it doesn't include credits. I'm not too sure. Now, there is the big question with like end credits, like or after credit scenes in this film. Is there only one? Is there two? Is there 7? Who knows what there's going to be? And also what was left out when it came to the previous screenings at CinemaCon, and maybe even the one that I get to go to in a undisclosed period of time from now. We don't know. We don't know exactly what's going to be. I might be able to tell you whenever I do get to see it, whatever date it is, how long I was in there roughly and what I felt the runtime was. So I sort of might have a feeling of what was taken out and what was, you know, included. But that's a wait and see. But yeah, this is a decently size one. I expected it to have to be like definitely over 2 hours. If this was under 2 hours, I would have been concerned, because you got to think about it. We have to like spend time in the pre-Flashpoint world, if you want to call it, with Ben Affleck's Batman, enough to the point where they even bother having him in the movie. Then Barry's reasoning for, and like him having sort of like, I don't want to say flashbacks, but him thinking back to his mom and then being motivated to go do what he does. Then experiencing the Flashpoint world for the first thing, and then the issues coming up about it, then all the issues that come about after those other issues, and then figuring how to solve it, and then a resolution. It would have been really weird if this movie was under 2 hours, even just over 2 hours. This feels like it's the good amount of time for this film to run, which I think is a good sign. And I think I would have been actually more concerned if it was maybe even like 20 minutes longer than it is now. If we were at like 2 hours and 40 minutes, we would have been like, hey, maybe that's a bit too long, but this feels like it's the right amount of time, and it might be really, really well paced. So I'm excited to see it even more now, because I feel like it's been well handled. But yeah, as we're heading into this final month, you should expect the promotion to get dialed to 11. I know they've been doing a lot of different TV promos coming out because of the NBA playoffs. I'm not too sure if they're going to be associated with the finals. That might be another film. I'm not too sure. Maybe the Flash just has the playoff section, and then like, I don't know, one of the Marvel movies or one of those other movies coming out, one of those big blockbusters has the finals promotion. But they're doing a lot with the Flash. If you've been watching the NBA playoffs, there's a lot of Flash promos. So yeah, I'm not too sure if they're going to be promoting during that other period, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's all to talk about in this video. If you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it and show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this stuff. What do you think of the Flash ring scene? What are your other thoughts on any of the other things we go over in this video? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.